is running on 12-volt batteries. The reason we're using 12-volt batteries is to make the cars lighter and perform better. They go faster. This car has got a top speed of 90 miles an hour and has gotten close to 100. These are a Trojan type battery, 12-volt, new design, more capacity than they had before. Right now the hold down is off, but usually when we are running there's a big iron bar across the top and something to keep the batteries down. This car was raced at Phoenix International Raceway, which is that. Okay. This car started life as a 1974 914 Porsche. The gasoline engine was taken out along with the fuel tank and the fuel lines. The car retains its original disc brakes and most of the other non-gasoline related or non-power related equipment. It was originally converted, I believe, in '91 by a fellow named Ron Rasmussen using a kit from Electro Automotive over there. They've got their Aztec car here now. And this car performed so well that they decided to race it at Phoenix in 1992. And it was also raced in 1993 and in 1994. And it's done fairly well in all the races. The race I'm referring to is a race called the Solar Electric 500, an alternate energy and electric car race held in March. Okay?
All right, we'll just take a shot at it.
Yeah. You might also want to take a shot of the that little certified electric vehicle kit sticker. So, kit car is eligible for the tax rebate.
Did you leave the underpinnings of this the same, pretty much?
Yep.
You didn't have, all you had to do is get rid of the tire and that sort of thing.
Let's see, well, yeah. Batteries are in here. In fact, the hold-down bar is going the rest of it. So instead of having the internal combustion engine in here, we've got the batteries, so the car is balanced front and rear, which is important for handling.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Anna Cornell. This is my rabbit I built. It took a year for me to do it. I have 2 small children, so I couldn't devote full time to it. It has 16 batteries in it, so it's a 96-volt system. This rabbit is a simulation of the Volts Rabbit kit that Michael Sherry Brown had built with their rabbit. I bought some of the parts from them. I bought the racks, the controller, the heat sink plate, the adapter plate, and the throttle pot from them. I already had a spare motor at home, so I just transplanted it into the car here. I kept the original transmission, so I use all the gears. Mostly I only go up to third. I have no use for fourth. And I run it as a straight electric. I do have a trailer that we just built that will help us on long-range driving when we want to go on longer trips. And it was in very good condition when I bought the car. Immaculate, no dings. The interior is all perfect. I dropped a battery rack in the back. I cut out the rear wheel well all myself with a saw. Basically did everything. I ripped the fuel lines out, everything. I greased up to my elbows.
How much time?
Get into this.
How much time do you get before you have to recharge your batteries?
8 hours, 10
How
hours.
many miles might that be?
60 miles I count on. I know I can squeeze out 100 if I go very carefully.
So does the speed at which you drive determine some of those factors?
Yeah, it depends upon how you use the throttle with your foot. If you're a leg foot, your range is going to be shorter. So I have a very light foot. I have all the range I can get. And it's worked wonderfully for me. I've been driving an electric car for 9 years. This one, almost a year. I just finished it this last September. So this was the real first conversion I did, and really got the experience on how things were put together and the mechanics of the motors and the controllers and things. We also have some of our own handiwork in this too.
We are here. We pull out around the building. Around the back there. Yeah, around the back in 101. It's like a U-turn. It's on here. But first exit out before the big hill. It's the only exit drive. Goes down the south street at 35 miles an hour.
Okay, well this is on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, other side of the bridge. Okay.
It should be right next to channel 50.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah. The thing. You want me to give you my cruiser number?
Take that receipt.
Sort of.
So it's
Goes around the building and you go like a U-turn. Right. It's clearly a highway. That goes right there. Yeah, it goes like that.
Okay. So go ahead and tell me a little bit about your car here.
Okay, this is a 1973 Porsche 914. It's a high school division car. We actually started building it in December of this year. We got it donated at an open house in October. Got the car in December and really refurbished it from January to March. We raced in Phoenix International Raceway, the Solar Electric 500 out in Phoenix. We came in first place overall out there. We've been real happy with this car. It's aerodynamics. It seems to work real well. After that race, we went over to the Disneyland Clean Air Road Rally, racing that. Came in first in that. And then 2 weeks later, we raced in Ahwatukee and first place in the ride and drive and third place grand prize overall. Basically, it's been a student-built car. I've got about 10 students that we started working with in October and talking about the car and how we're going to build it and things like that. I think it's probably the best experience that the students have had. One of the best projects that I've ever done as a teacher. Students learning what the future's like, what's the future of automobiles, how to win, how to work as a team. Just everything that's gone on with the whole car. And here we are in San Francisco, and it's nice and cool. Good excuse to get out of Arizona. Hopefully we'll be competing in about 5 events up here, and hopefully do as well as we did over in Arizona and Los Angeles. With that, I talked to Bill Boyer. He's one of the students that really started. He was with us when we picked it up and started refurbishing it, and I'll let him take the mic.
what else is there left to say, Mr. Miller?
Just what experiences that you had building it, maybe.
Well, it was fun to learn about all the new stuff, hands-on stuff.
Did we put in any hours?
I've got a question for you. I see there's 5 or 6 guys on the team, and this car doesn't fit 5 or 6 guys. What are the rest of you driving?
Chase
Chase vehicle. Like, how is that powered?
Gasoline.
It's gasoline.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
Why we have enclosed boxes is because we do race them at PIR at a 1 mile oval, and we have to have the batteries enclosed in case we roll over. It will be self-contained. And what the little fans and a cooler hose is, we turn those fans, it's forced air ventilation because, as you know, batteries create fumes. If they were enclosed, and in Phoenix, Arizona, 120 degrees, create quite an explosion. So what we do is the fans force air down through here, and it exits out the heater hoses. All built with aluminum, angle iron, and sheet metal to make it lighter. This vehicle is under gross vehicle weight, which has probably been the problems with a lot of the cars, the electric cars these days. Is they build them over gross vehicle weight, and they're not really as safe as you know they could be safe. They are, but one of the osmosis of the race at PIR was that we had to be under gross vehicle weight. So that's why we went to aluminum and really tried to make the weight down. Real happy where the vehicle goes. We went 82 miles on one charge in Phoenix. We got about 75 miles an hour with it, top speed. And with the high school division over there, we're only allowed 96 volts, where a lot of these other cars are running 108, 120 volts. So if you think about it, you know, with the 96 volts, we've done real well with the batteries that we have. Probably like to thank Trojan and Sunbelt Batteries over here with Carmen Gia. He's really helped us out with the battery problem.
And then if you hook them up in series, you have just a
Voltage
24.
increases.
Is this a 24 volt motor?
No, that has a window of 72 to 144.
Oh, so you've got
Currently
everything
using
in series.
120.
In series.
Series.
How many volts is this car?
Right now it's 120.
Uh-huh. So the motor will take any range of voltage?
Within that range, from 72 to 144.
I don't know, it just
So you
depends
just
on how
find the
many
right
batteries you put.
combination.
Oh, yeah.
You just find the right.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your car here.
Okay, this is a 1971 Carmen Ghia, the way that it started out. It's been it was converted in March of '92, about 2.5 years ago. It was essentially built for racing, but we had so much fun with the race aspects of it that it turned into a daily commuter that's used on a daily basis commuting in Phoenix, Arizona. We selected that because the Carmen Ghia has a nice body style to it, very classic, but as a benefit, the aerodynamics are quite nice, and the frontal area is small. So you wind up with an efficient package because with that combination and the motor being able to be mounted very close to the drive wheels, you wind up with efficiencies that are very important in the electrics. The other things that we did was spread the batteries out so that we can maintain the same axle loadings as the vehicle was additionally designed. That results in no surprises in the handling aspects. So what you have is a vehicle that probably handles better as an electric than it did when it was gas, because there's a little more weight. The weight stays in the same places, but the center of gravity has essentially been lowered down. Normally this is a 108 volt system. It's just for this weekend and for the events, we're experimenting with a little different change on it to combine some endurance and lighten the weight so that we can run a little bit quicker on the quarter-mile track. Generally, this vehicle in the original 108 volt configuration is very long distance. In competitions, we've been 130 miles, daily commuting and not paying too much attention to the manner that you're driving, just buzzing around, it's probably good for 70 or 80 miles no matter what you do to it. So that's a nice aspect to it. Allows me to charge every day or every 2 or 3 days. Currently, as an electric, it has about 12 or 13,000 miles on it. All of it very abusive because we do go to the tracks with it. But so far, and if I found a piece of wood, I'd knock on it. The only problem we've had is a flat tire, which is easily repairable. And we blew a fuse because Phoenix, Arizona, at 120 degrees late in the afternoon, 400 amp fuses let go a little bit earlier than 400 amps. So that's been the only surprise so far, but otherwise this project has been designed as off-the-shelf. The costs on it are approximately $5,000 or $6,000 for the electrics, the electronics, the batteries. There's a lot of labor that goes into it, but you can see that it, as a conversion, it's something that works really well. It's a great commuter car, and so far has been cost efficient and a great vehicle to deal with. Running costs right now, we've had it on separate metering for 2 years at 10 cents a kilowatt hour. Right now is running about 3.6 cents a mile. So it is a cost efficient package and ideal for city use. It's a 2-seater. It has a back seat in there that's ideal for young kids in a pinch. A set of golf clubs fit in there. The groceries fit in there. And at one point there was a 6'3", 210-pound guy who squealed like a rabbit, but it was an emergency and we still got him where he needed to go.